Hello guys, today I'm going to be sharing some different game ideas that you can do with your family. These are lots of fun. Some of these games we've played in class, some of them we haven't. So stick around and listen to the different kinds of games that you could play with your family. Alright, so the first one is called Make Your Own Music game. And basically you're going to use different symbols that you're going to attach to different types of body percussion. Now remember, body percussion is like basically hitting yourself. Not quite. Like clapping, maybe patting your legs, maybe stomping, snapping your fingers, those kinds of things. It's basically types of ways to make music by hitting yourself, okay? And we break that up into two different words. Body is your body. Percussion are instruments that you hit or strike or slap or shake, right? So body percussion means hitting yourself. Okay, so you could make, I'm just going to give an example of what you could do, and you can do it your own way. But one person could say, okay, circle means clap, triangle means stomp, square means snap. Okay, so this is just really simple. Hopefully yours is a little more complicated than mine, but circle means clap, triangle means stomp, square means snap. So you'd give that to the other player, and they have to perform the body percussion. And if they make a mistake, maybe they could be out. You can play however you really want. So, like for this rhythm, it would just be like, right? You could even do like fun, complex ones like this. It's up to you. Do whatever you want with that. I do recommend using note cards instead of pieces of paper, because they're just easier to pass around. They're not, these like big floppy pieces of paper that you're trying to work with. This next game is called the Yes-No game. This game is a lot of fun. You're going to have a leader, and this could be your parent or older sibling, or it could be you. And the leader is going to come up with some kind of musical phrase or melody, and they're going to be using yeses and nos to make that melody. So, for example, yes, yes, no, yes, yes, no. And the responder has to sing that same melody, but like the opposite. So like the yeses become nos and the nos become yeses. So I'm going to give that first one again. Yes, yes, no, yes, yes, no. The responder has to go, no, no, yes, no, no, yes. And you just keep doing this with more and more complex rhythms until you get to something like the bumblebee, maybe. I don't know. Yes, 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 yes. No, 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 no. Maybe that one's impossible. Probably can't do that one. All right, this next game is called Musical Hide and Seek. So you're going to take a toy or something that makes noise. I don't know about you, but my kids have a lot of toys that make a lot of noise. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm totally happy about the fact that their toys make lots of noise. It's totally fine. No problems here. I'm not going insane. I'm not going insane, especially in quarantine. All right. So you take those toys, whatever they are, they should be able to continuously make music. You're going to hide it somewhere in your house, and you have to find it, basically. It's hide and seek, right? So you have to listen for the sound, and you have to find it around in the house. I've actually played this game before with Bluetooth speakers. So if you have like a little Bluetooth speaker, that's probably a little better, because it'll just continue to play music, and maybe you could play a song that's a little less annoying than Baby Shark. Put that in your house somewhere, and your kids can go ahead and find that. This game is called Musical Chair Reading, and a lot of people know how to play musical chairs. I'm going to explain it anyway. I know you guys are going to be like, Mr. Lowe is a timeless game. Everybody knows how to play musical chairs. But I'm going to explain it anyways, just in case, okay? So basically, obviously in musical chairs, you have some chairs in a circle, and you have some people around those chairs. And you have to have one less of those chairs than the people you have playing, right? So for example, if you have 5 chairs, you have 6 people, right? And the reason you want to have one less chair than people is because there's always going to be somebody left out at the end of each round. That's the way the game is supposed to be played. So you play music. People are walking around the chairs. You stop the music. Everybody tries to find a chair. There's going to be one person left out, right? The person that's left out in this game, though, because there's a little twist, they have to either solve a math problem or they have to read a paragraph out of a book, or if you're musically inclined, your parents are musically inclined, you have to clap a rhythm or something like that. Or maybe if you have an instrument like a trumpet or a violin or something like that, you have to play a passage out of something with your instrument. So then you go to the next round, and obviously, if you had 6 people before, now you have 5 people, and now you have 4 chairs, and you just keep doing this until there's a winner. This game is called What's That Sound? There's different ways you can play this, from really simple to kind of complicated. So I'm going to start with the really simple part first. We'll work our way up to complicated. The simple way of playing this is you just find some YouTube videos or something that have clips of different instruments. For example, you could say, you could look for like a saxophone, and you play the clip of the saxophone, and the other person has to guess or figure out what instrument that is by listening to it. So they shouldn't know what you're looking up, right? They're just trying to listen to it and decide what instrument it is. So you look up saxophone without telling them what it is. They're like, oh yeah, that sounds like a saxophone. The more complicated way of playing this, if you're up to it, is actually finding music that features a certain instrument. For example, you could find, a song that features the trumpet, and you could say, what instrument is featured in this song? And they might be like, the trumpet, right? Or you could feature, you could have a song with multiple instruments, and they just have to figure out like what some of the different instruments are. However you want to play this game. All right, this next game is called Pass the Beat Around the Room, and it's something we play in class sometimes. So I'm sure that you guys could tell your parents how it works, but I'm just going to go ahead and explain the best way I can, just in case. Okay, so basically your family's going to sit in a circle. We're going to use the sentence, pass the beat around the room. Okay? Now, each person is going to say one syllable of that sentence. Not one word, one syllable. Sometimes the words are one syllable, right? But not all the time. So, person 1 is going to say pass. The next person's going to say the. The next person's going to say beat. The next person's going to say the next person's going to say round. The next person's going to say the next person's going to say room, the last person's going to clap. And then it starts over again. So it'll be like this. Pass the beat around the room. Pass the beat around the room. It just keeps going like that until somebody makes a mistake. Maybe they took too long to say the syllable. Maybe they said the wrong syllable. Maybe instead of saying they said around. Maybe they skipped clapping. They didn't clap. They just went to pass. Whenever somebody makes a mistake, you just take them out of the game and you keep playing the game until there's only one person who wins the game. Okay, this next game is called Piano Ball. And it's a really fun game that we've also done in class. And basically everybody sits in a circle in your family and you have an object. In my class we use a ball. That's why it's called Piano Ball. But you could use any object. It really doesn't matter. You could use an Xbox controller. That's fine. I'm sure you got these lying around, right? So whatever you have, you just pass that around while somebody is playing the piano. At least in my game, they're playing the piano. I know not everybody has a piano, right? So you could use like a little hand drum. You could even honestly just like be patting your legs or coming up with some kind of rhythm. You could maybe be like singing or doing a dance or something. But anyways, while that person's doing that, everybody's passing this object around the circle. When the person stops doing whatever activity it is that they're doing, whether they're playing the piano in the traditional sense of the game, or they're doing a dance or singing or clapping or whatever, when they're stopping that, whoever has the ball, whatever the ball lands on, is the next person that gets to be it and do those kinds of activities. Okay, this next one's called Karaoke Competition. I love this game. It's so much fun. I love karaoke. It's like one of my favorite family activities. What you're going to basically do is, I recommend getting some kind of microphone with some kind of way to amplify the microphone. You can get them cheap some places. There's toys I've seen like for $20-$30 that do this. You don't need it. It just makes it kind of fun to be able to amplify your voice out and be able to hear your voice like that. So anyways, you're going to go ahead and take, I would take like some small Post-it notes or something, and write down some songs on the post-it notes that you and your parents like, that you would enjoy singing. You put them in a tissue box, and everybody's going to take turns pulling one out of the tissue box, and whatever they come up with, they have to sing, right? Now, if you go on YouTube, you can find lots of karaoke songs on there. So basically, it's like the instrument track without the voices on there, and those are really fun to use. So you could just type in like karaoke and whatever artist or whatever song it is that you want to sing, and you find that on YouTube, and you can sing with it with your microphone. So that game is lots of fun. I recommend it. This next one is called Tissue Dance. It's really simple. It's similar to what I've done with kindergartners, first graders, and second graders. In my classroom, we have like these cloths that are different colors, and kids can dance with them. In your classroom at home, you can use tissues. And I know that tissues are like a high value commodity right now, so it's up to you if you want to play this game. But if you do choose to play it, basically you just take some tissues, you play a song, and your kids would dance around with the tissues to the song. So it's that simple. You could make it a little more complicated by, like, if you stop the song, everybody has to freeze into a statue, and then you play the song and everybody keeps playing or dancing. And maybe if somebody doesn't freeze in time, or they're still moving or something, maybe they're out. You can do lots of different ways to play that game. All right, the last game I'm going to share today with you guys is called Musical Limbo. Everybody probably has heard of limbo before. Basically, you take like a broom or something or a stick, and somebody holds it, and you play some music, and people have to go under the broom, and they have to, lean back and try to fit underneath it. So obviously some people might fall. It just kind of tests your flexibility, of which I have very little of, so that's why we haven't done this in my class. But it could be a fun game for you guys to do at home. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys use these different musical activities at your house, and you have a nice week, and enjoy the really nice weather. I mean, the weather has just been really nice lately in Pasco, so make sure you're out there and enjoying that sun. Have a good day, guys.